I think I figured out the secret to being a successful Warzone YouTuber. So my relationship with Warzone is complicated, to say the least. No matter how much I enjoy booty blasting kids on COD, well, first, it seems that James Charles already has an iron grip on that demographic, so it's not exactly ideal for me. But it also just gets old pretty quickly. I only last like a week or two before I decide to violently shake a soda, shove it up my ass, and fucking blast off. Therefore, as a content creator, seeing the game getting stale for me already, I went to see what the big dogs in Warzone were doing, to get a scope for what happens in this space. And what I saw changed the way I perceived my reality. It made me want to download TikTok. I even learned the little dances. I did them at the park, almost got arrested because I was stealing. And when the cops came and tackled me, I went, sheesh, and they just let me go. It was incredible. The point is, I am now armed with knowledge on how exactly to be the ideal Warzone YouTuber. Everything you need to know in this video right here, the Warzone YouTuber Starter Pack. So let's go. The first in the Warzone YouTuber Starter Pack is not the content. The content is almost irrelevant from what I've found, because it doesn't really matter if you have the greatest content on the platform. You could recreate the entirety of John Wick, but it's just you running around shooting barnyard animals with water guns. Absolutely incredible. I would watch that on my deathbed and it would get me every time, right? But if it doesn't have a good thumbnail, I'm sorry to tell you, son, you better be good at scrubbing toilets. Now, for those of you whose age goes into the double digits, we're gonna learn how to create an awesome thumbnail. For the rest of you, well, there's gonna be a bus showing up soon to take you to meet James Charles in person. Anyway, some of the more astute among you may be noticing a pattern forming here with these thumbnails. Now, personally, I've seen this type of douchebaggery before. Allier. Now, maybe I'm just old and don't know what the kids are into these days, but I was under the impression everyone generally agreed that Allier vapes farts for money. So, how come everyone is just copying his lazy dipshit formula now? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but hey, can't argue with results. So the first thing you want to do when creating this thumbnail, or any thumbnail for Warzone videos, just go into a match real quick and just inspect your weapon and then screenshot your weapon in the middle of the animation. This is probably the hardest part of being a Warzone YouTuber, is timing this correctly, because if you mistime it, there's a bunch of problems that go into that. First off, you're gonna have to do it again, and that's like another 5 seconds of work you have to do. And we haven't even gotten to the title yet, and you also got food coming in like 20 minutes, your dog is barking. We don't have that kind of time. But like DJ Khaled once said, I'm fucking fat. So what I like to do in order to avoid burning extra calories is I go into the file of the game that I just played and then just screenshot it from the recording, so I only have to press the animation once. Getting the screenshot itself takes more than enough talent to make you a successful streamer these days. But if you want to add a little bit of spice on top of it and really solidify your spot in the stack of shit that is Warzone YouTube, then all you gotta do is just add some Fortnite text. It really makes the whole thing pop. It tells your audience that you don't run this channel and you're just paying somebody else to do it. So whatever happens, happens. Also, if you want to get Anakin falling into lava kinds of hot, you could take a picture of yourself with a really crazy expression to just show how wacky the content inside is. The video could be titled fucking grass growing and the reaction shot will sell it for you. And again, in the spirit of working smarter and not harder, even though taking these pictures takes you literally seconds, just take like 4 and then just use them over and over again. This was the gift bestowed upon us by the great Allier, and now I pass it on to you. Now I got this reaction off the internet. Some poor sod probably just found out his dad will never come back from the store and somebody took a picture of his absolute despair. Also, just another tip, make sure to change shirts and other apparel to give the impression of being new. And that's it. That's the thumbnail in a nutshell. Stick to these basic principles and you should be more than set in the thumbnail department. And that means more views for you and your incredibly memorable content. Also, did I mention I hate streamers? Because I don't. I fucking love them. And there's none I love more than Noah J456. So let me get this straight. So this guy makes a final montage of his channel basically saying he was quitting YouTube after he hit 5 million subs. And then 3 days later, he revives like fucking Jesus Christ and says that the reason why he quit in the first place was because he was burnt out and just felt like YouTube had lost its charm for him. And the reason why he came back was because he looked back through all of his videos while he was gathering clips for that montage, which, if we just stop right there, if you expect me to believe you had anything to do with that montage, you're gonna have to do a little better than these reaction faces on these thumbnails right here. Oh, here's another couple, actually. And here's the same photoshopped ray gun merged with an M16 he's been using for 9 months now. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and press X on that one. But he said the reason he came back was because of all the comments he got, saying how much his channel helped them through tough times, and when he saw the impact he had, he realized he couldn't leave. Not yet. Here I thought this man ran streams for charity, but which was his only redeeming quality. But I guess that wasn't enough for him to feel like he had an impact, so logically, the next thing you do is you make a video where you imply you're quitting, and then come back 2 days later because you just now realized the impact you have. And then you say that everything is going back to normal on all 3 of your channels. So the whole Burnout thing was resolved pretty quickly, and all of it just kind of goes back to exactly how it was before. It's almost as if you never actually quit YouTube. Which actually perfectly transitions into the next Warzone YouTuber trope. Clickbait titles, ladies and gentlemen, and how to come up with fantastic titles, and my man Noah J has got you covered. This guy's got this down to a science. My guy doesn't even bother coming up with coherent sentences in his titles. He just spits out random keywords. New meta weapons are insane on the new Warzone map. Well, slap my ass and call it the Thanos snap. The new meta weapons are insane. What are we? Hurry and watch the video, guys. What are you doing? As you guys I'm sure are aware, every time there's a new season, there's always a mad dash to see what classes and guns are the best, to find the meta, if you will. And so there's always this gold rush to claiming that you know the meta and getting the views because of it. We're going to be abusing this today to come up with a great title. So this is my idea for one. New meta sniper class event, not happening live, but still video. This one, if I'm allowed a moment of arrogance, this is a bit of a masterpiece. It ticks every box you could ever want. First off, there's a bit of an honesty there that will definitely be embraced by the community. Also, the algorithm will not only love this, but you will immediately be approached by Manscaped for sponsorships, or the guy telling me that the chemicals in my bar of soap are giving me cancer. I don't even know his company. I just remember him telling me every time that whenever I use my deodorant and my soap, I'm fucking melting the ice caps. But even masterpieces like this title will be pointless if you don't have the content to back it up. Now, YouTube analytics show that the most important part of every video for audience retention are the first 15 to 30 seconds. And that's why you see all these YouTubers do this little intro speech at the beginning of every video, introducing you to whatever they decided this 115-minute game in their 8-hour stream would be about. Now, I personally, this is just me, but I like to coin flip the first 15 seconds. Usually in the first line, or if not the first line, definitely the second or third. I like to just make a really dumb joke. Just because that's how I weed out who's weak and who's not, you know what I mean? Because if you hear the joke, like let's say I say something like, hello everybody, it's Wolf. But I just don't, I've wanted to say this for a long time, but I don't really know how to say it. So I guess I'll just say it. I'll just come out and say it. I think I like to eat ass. Anyway, we're playing some Naruto. So something like this is always great for getting your audience's attention, and definitely something you should employ in your own videos. The downside being, of course, if it doesn't land, you're gonna get flamed on Reddit for it. But that's a coin flip I absolutely love. It keeps things spicy, you know what I mean? As for the content itself, don't worry. If you've made it this far, you're more than capable of being a top Call of Duty YouTuber. It doesn't take much. The only tips I have here are to play with professional COD players. That's a strategy I see a lot. But if for some reason you happen not to have any pro players on speed dial and you're positively garbage at Warzone, then you can just go for the comedy angle. Now this entails doing the shit where you overload the video with sound effects, just put some funky music in the background, and bada bing, you're in business.
Heads up, enemy gauge point.
Gotcha, bitch. Not to be racist or anything, but
Wait a minute! You're not my dad!
Why are you running?
A good thing I have my
Breakfast! You know what? This is Bugatti, bitches. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Stand behind.
A fucking wall.
Everything's wrong! It's me!
So that's it, guys. After studying, So that's it, guys. After all the studying I've done for the last couple of weeks, I believe I have amassed an athenaeum of YouTuber knowledge. So hopefully this aids all of you on your quest to furthering the platform and leaving it a better place than how we found it. With that said, leave a like if you like to toast bread, and roll the outro, bitch. Bitch?